Morning, America. How we doing today? We are on Route 12. This is Gunnison County Route 12, and I'm heading west on it right now, going uphill, westbound, out of Crested Butte. Crested Butte, Colorado is behind me back here, about 7 miles or so. And I'm on my way up here. I had just got done camping up at Ohio Pass on the previous video, and while I was up there, I was doing a little research on the area and all that. I come across this thing called Ruby Camp, Camp Ruby or Ruby Camp, and it was a gold mining town, a gold and silver mining town, and there was another one right beside it called Irwin. So I did a little bit more research and learned and read up on it and everything. And that's what I decided to do today. We're going to go find the remnants, or what's left of Camp Ruby and Camp Irwin. Yeah, I got up here yesterday and was driving around, and later in the afternoon I was trying to find a campsite, or a place to go camp. The camp that I was at, I can't get to anymore because of that wildfire. They've closed the road off, and there's a forest fire over south of here, and so I couldn't get to where I wanted to go. So I come up here looking around, trying to find another place to camp for the night. And oh, these bumpy, rough roads, washboards. Anyway, come up here and supposedly get off this gravel road here, and you follow this up here, and there's some camping up here. Well, I thought I'd go up here through the camp, you know, the Camp Ruby, and then eventually find a campsite for the night. Well, I got to this intersection right here, and the sign straight ahead of us right there says Irwin Lake 2 miles. And so I went that way, and this one here says no outlet. So this is also private property ahead, no camping. So I went the other way, and it's kind of a bumpy, rough road going up there, and you end up going up by a lake up there, Irwin Lake, and tons of people up there, all on these little paddle boards and kayaks and stuff like that. And it's a beautiful little lake up in the middle of the mountains up there, but just tons and tons of people, and there was no camping at all. So I came back down and found a different spot for the night. So this morning, here I am driving up through here, and I haven't been up this road yet, but this road is a lot better than the other one. So, but I got to looking on the map, and that's where I went wrong yesterday, is I took the wrong fork in the road, you know. So we'll get up here, and we're almost to camp, a Ruby Camp. It was called Ruby or Ruby Camp, and from what I've read about it, some prospector came up here and he found some silver, and decided to start mining up here, but the winter came in, and he had to go back down into lower elevation, down to Crested Butte and to Gunnison, and word got around, he let it slip, that he found some silver up here. Well, the next year, before the snow even melted, everybody came up here trying to find a bunch of you know, stake out their claims and stuff. And right along in here is where Camp Ruby was, okay? And there's nothing here anymore, no buildings or anything. It's completely wiped clean. But right here in front of us, right here, is where Ruby Camp is, or was at one time. So I guess the only thing left is that outhouse up on the left side there. Now, I got to also be mindful up here in this area of Irwin Camp, or Irwin, Colorado. It's private land, and there's some houses and stuff up here now, so I got to make sure I don't stomp on anybody's private property and stuff. So, but I want to just come up and snoop around, see what I can find. Now, what happened was, from what I understand, was Ruby was the camp, and then there was another camp. I can't remember the name of it, but there was about 3 camps up in this area. And then a guy came, Dick Irwin came up here, and he was like some big shot congressman or something like that, or legislator or something like that. And he came up here and he had enough money, and he started up the camp, and he called it Irwin. And I guess a few of the people that called it Ruby, they were like disgusted that, you know, some rich guy come in here and just changes the name on us. So, but anyway, I guess there was a little bit of controversy over that, but not a lot, I guess. But anyway, so Irwin just kept growing and growing and got bigger and bigger and bigger. And as you can see, old Irwin town site, no camping access or hunting don't rally, something, private road, private property, stay on the road. Okay, so we will do that. We'll stay off of people's property. But anyway, we're getting to the edge of where Irwin was, right in here. This is the edge of town for Irwin. There's a cabin here on the left. And man, it's pretty up here. So anyway, the stories that go, the earlier first year was 1884, 1886, somewhere along in there. They came up early in the year, and there was still a whole bunch of snow up here. Well, they needed to make some log cabins, so they started cutting trees down. So they started cutting trees and started building log cabins and everything, and started building buildings and whatnot. And later on, after the snow melted, they looked over there where the tree stump was, and the tree stumps were 10 and 20 foot tall. That's how deep the snow was up here. And apparently they get lots and lots of snow up here. We're right at 10,000 feet right now, not 9,800 or something like that. So, but this valley right up here ahead of us, off to the left, that was Irwin. And as you can see now, it's all, there's private cabins and private property and stuff around here. There's a little bridge. No. But there was two main streets. This one right here on the left, that was a main street going down that way. And then this here was the bigger main street. I'm going to go up around this curve here, and you'll see the bigger main street. We'll drive down both of them. But this is a steep little valley. I mean, it's not level at all. And there's another road right here. This road here you can take up. That's not a driveway. You can actually drive up in through there apparently. And this is the main street. Okay, now from old photos, back behind me, to the right behind me, is where the camera was faced, and this whole area right through here was just town, houses after buildings, after, you know, businesses and stuff like that. And somewhere right around where this white sign is, maybe on the right hand here, just somewhere along in here, you'd see a white church steeple, you know, church with a steeple and everything. So that's about where the church was back in the day. All right. But how they built houses and stuff here, just it amazes me. You know, it's just so rough and so many rocks and boulders and stuff. But they did. There's a will. But if there's a will, there's a way. You know. But this goes all the way up here, kind of a straight road going. I guess we're kind of going northwest right now, going uphill. This is a good steep little road right here. This town was not level by any means. But you're going up here ways, and then it turns around and goes back the other road. The other road's down in the bottom, which is actually, I guess when it rains, that road kind of becomes a little bit of a stream bed. So now Irwin Lake is all right up ahead of us up here, and there's some houses right on the edge of the lake. When I was on the other side of the lake looking back this way, there's a couple houses right on the edge of the lake, and just, you know, just picture perfect, beautiful, you know. So, but this was it. There's, you know, private houses and stuff back here now, but it used to be Lake Irwin, Colorado. It was a mining town, which is a ghost town now. So, but anyway, I guess they had about 3,000 to 5,000 people living here for about 5 years is all it lasted. And after about 3 to 5 years, the silver ran out. There wasn't much gold here. I think this is mostly silver here from what I gathered. But anyway, it ran out, and another strike came somewhere else in the state. And everybody took off and went to that one and left this one, and the town just kind of, it hung on there for a few more years. It hung on for a few more years, but then eventually died. And this road is not going where I thought it would go. We are in a dead end. There's Lake Irwin right ahead of us right here. That's Lake Irwin straight ahead. But it's all private land and everything. I think I can go down this road. It doesn't say keep out, it just says no outlet. So maybe I'll drive down here just a little bit. But here's Lake Irwin right over there. And it's just a beautiful mountain lake. It's really, really pretty up here. And I don't think that's a natural lake. I'm pretty sure this is a dam right here that we just were right by. But Anyway, we'll drive in here just a little ways. See what we find. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up here, and here's the lake. You can see a better view of the lake right there. It's a real pretty lake. There's houses. You can see all the boats and everything over there. There's a house right over kind of in the center of the screen right there. But I'm gonna turn around. I don't feel like this is, I don't know. Don't know if I'm on somebody else's property here. Well, I'll turn around. There you can see the lake in front of me. But anyway, that's for Irwin, Colorado. That's it. So I'm going to hold on just a second. I'm going to look on my map real quick and see what I can find. Okay, what I realize is that main road we came up, that's the one that kind of goes through up into the rest of the forest. The other main street that goes, you know, parallel to it, it kind of dead ends up in somebody's property, so we will stay off of that. But this is Florida. You can look it up. I'll have a couple links to different stuff you can read up about Irwin and Irwin Lake and everything, or Irwin and how it became, and all the information about it, stuff that I read up about it. I'll put the links down in the description, and you can look them up yourself and read up about it if you'd like. But here we're coming back the other way, and here's the overview of the valley. You get around this house right here. But can you imagine 5,000 people? I think it was 3,000 or 5,000, I don't remember. I've heard a couple different numbers. Can you imagine 3,000 people crammed into this little bitty valley here? I mean, get around this curve right here and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, a little bit further here. But this one little bitty valley right here, it was just packed full of houses. On this road I'm on, there was houses on, you know, buildings and businesses and stuff on both sides. And then that other road, there's a road down over there, and there was houses on both sides of it too. And then there was houses up in the hills and sure, you know, and businesses mainly. But it's just, I was really, I just think it was neat, you know, that one year there's nobody up here but bears and elk. And 1 year later, there's like 3,000 people living here and houses. It boomed up so fast. I mean, you talk about, you know, just overnight kind of thing in 1 year, and it lasted about 5 or 6 years. And then, like I said, the ore ran out, and the mines dried up, and everybody kind of packed stuff up and left. And like I said, this town went on for a few more years, about, I don't know, about 5 or 7 more years, something like that. And eventually, about 1900, almost everybody was gone. I think by 1920 they considered it a ghost town. So, but and then over the years, modern, you know, well, modern people, whatever. Now people come in and buy the property up and put houses and cabins and stuff up here. And I'm sure they can only use these cabins during the winter or during the summer, because if you got 10, 20 foot of snow up here, there's no way you could get in here other than snowmobiles. And the road coming out of Crested Butte has a sign, no winter maintenance. They don't plow that Highway 12. They don't plow that at all. So they basically put a barricade up, and you can't go past there during the winter time. So all these houses are, I would imagine, are vacant during the winter. So don't know that. It makes sense to me. How else would you get up here? Or you stay up here all winter long? Do you have enough supplies to last all winter? And who would want to? I mean, you got 20 foot of snow out there. Where would you go? What would you do? I don't know. But anyway, that's it, folks. That's Irwin, Colorado. Ruby, Colorado, which got incorporated into Irwin, Colorado. So, just another ghost town. Y'all be good. Take care.